Sony have released firmware 6 for Sony FX30, and with this firmware comes a lot of new features such as big 6 screen, B-RAW, and then squeeze factor for anamorphic lenses like 1.5 and 1.6 squeeze factor. So before I tell you about all these features, let me just show you how you can quickly firmware update your camera, and then I will jump on to these features. First of all, make sure that your camera is firmware 1.05 or later, not earlier than that. If your camera is on firmware 1.02 or earlier, you need to firmware update to 1.05 first, and then you can firmware update to the firmware 6. Now, how can you check the firmware version of your camera? Let me just show you. So you go to your full menus, and in menus you scroll down till you see the setup, and in setup you go to the setup options, and in there you need to go to the version and click on it. And when you click on your body, you can see the firmware version of your camera. Now, to firmware update your camera, you have two ways. One, you can do it with your Creators app, and then the second one is that you download your firmware update file from Sony website, and then you put it on your card and firmware update. So first of all, let me show you how you can do it with the help of Creator app, and then I will show you the other way. So to do it with the Creator app, you just go to the Creator app and open it, and once you open it, you need to click on this plus icon, and then you scroll down till you see FX30. You click on FX30, and then you follow all these steps. I am assuming that you know how to pair your camera with Creators app. So basically, you will come here, you will click on connection, and then you go to your camera, you go to your network, and in connect and remote shooting, you need to go to the smartphone connection and click on that. Once you do that, it will look for the Creator app through the Bluetooth, and then it will give a pop-up on your phone to pair. You need to click on pair, and after that you need to do OK on your camera. Once you do that, it will take like 5 to 10 seconds, and then it will give you the connection successful option. Once you're done with connecting your camera to Creator app, you can see the update option here. You can click on that, and then you just need to scroll down and click on next and agree and download. Once you click on download, it depends on speed of your internet how fast it will download the firmware update file. Once it's done, what you need to do is you need to put your card in your camera and format it, and then you can transfer the files from here to camera. Now I will stop this feature here, because then after this it's the same step for the Sony website file or this file. So let me just show you how you can download it from Sony website. So I will put the link in my description. You can click on that and go on that page and just click on download. Once you click on download, you need to scroll down again and click on download, and then you will have the file. So once you're done with downloading the firmware update, what you need to do is, first of all, you need to put the card in your camera and format it. So to format it, put the card in camera, go to full menus and scroll down till you see shooting, and in shooting go to media, format, card slot, and then execute formatted. After your card is formatted, take the card out, connect it to your PC, and then go to the file which is gonna be bodydata.dat. So make sure it is not renamed, and then copy that file. And after you copy your firmware update file, what you need to do is you need to open your card on your PC, and in the root structure of your card, you can just paste it and then eject your card. Now put the card in the camera again, and it should automatically detect the firmware update file. It will take like 10 to 15 seconds, and once it's done, what you need to do is you need to scroll down on all these and then execute. Once you execute, your screen will turn off, and then you will have a red blinking light. It will blink in 5 sessions. First it will blink once, and then it's gonna blink twice and thrice and 4 times and 5 times. And in 10 to 15 minutes you will be done with the firmware update of your Sony FX30. Once you're done with the firmware update of your Sony FX3 and you go back to see the home screen, so you can have this big 6 screen, you'll not be able to see that, and you'll be like, did I do something wrong? No, you didn't do something wrong. You need to enable it, and let me show you how you can enable that. So I will go back to the full menus, and in here I will go to the shooting and image quality and rec, and in here under S&Q settings you can see new option called mode settings. I will click on this, and then here I will change it from S&Q mode to fixed variable mode. Once I do that, it's showing me that I can enable this big screen feature on my camera, and once I do OK on that, the number 4 user button is gonna be assigned to enable and disable the big 6 screen. So let me just do OK. If I do OK now, so when you will do OK here, you will have number 4. By pressing the number 4, you will be able to enable and disable the big 6 screen. Now in big 6 screen, let me just show you how you can quickly access your SNQ settings without going to the SNQ mode. So if I go on FPS and I click on this, and I change it from fixed to variable, you can see I'm able to go to 200 FPS per second. So this way you can quickly change your FPS. After that, if I go to ISO, you can see I can change the ISO, but there is no option to change the base here. So you can just change the ISO normally, but not the base ISO. And then after that, let me just show you how you can access the shutter settings very quickly by just clicking on that and then changing your shutter angle. Same is with your white balance as well. Now the next big thing, how can we access the squeeze factor in Sony FX3? Let me just show you. So to do that, you just go into the full menus again, go to the setup, and in setup you need to go to the display options, and in display option you can see the de-squeeze display, but the squeeze factors are only available in the Cine EI settings or S-Log mode, not in PP settings. And then finally the Blackmagic RAW basically is gonna be very helpful. Why? Because ProRes RAW was not compatible with DaVinci Resolve, and there have been many issues, like when you shoot ProRes RAW and then you want to color grade it, you need to really change it to DNG RAW or something else to be able to grade it in DaVinci Resolve. So that was a big negative of ProRes RAW. We will be able to have Blackmagic RAW in DaVinci Resolve right away, and we can grade it without having the tension of changing the codec from ProRes RAW to DNG RAW or anything like that. And then there are many small key features which they added as well, like flagging your clips or this SNQ mode setting, as you can see, and many other things which if you will firmware update you will be able to have. I'm not gonna go through everything, but the key features which they added I showed you guys, and I hope this video was helpful for you. In case it was, please give it a thumbs up, and if you have any questions, put them in the comments and I'll be more than happy to reply those. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.